The courtroom was packed. People leaned forward in their seats, whispering, waiting for the scandal to unfold. At the center sat Emily, a young woman 8 months pregnant, her hands trembling as she clutched her belly. She wasn't just fighting for herself, she was fighting for her child's future. Across the room, Vanessa, the mistress, smirked with the confidence of someone certain she had already won. Dressed in a striking red dress, she looked at Emily like she was invisible. Emily had been married to David for 5 years, but Vanessa claimed she carried his true love and wanted the court to recognize her unborn child as David's heir. The judge shuffled papers, but before the session could begin, Emily swayed. The tension, the whispers, the weight of betrayal, it was too much. She collapsed to the floor. Gasps filled the courtroom. For a moment, everything stopped. Even Vanessa's smile froze. A stranger rushed forward. It wasn't David, not the man she once trusted, but an older woman from the audience. She knelt beside Emily, holding her hand, whispering, "Breathe, sweetheart. You're not alone." That simple act of kindness, the hand of a stranger, gave Emily the strength to rise again. When Emily sat back up, her eyes locked on David. He wouldn't even meet her gaze. The judge cleared his throat. "We will begin by reviewing the DNA test results." Vanessa straightened, her grin returning. But as the judge read, silence consumed the room. The paternity test confirms, the child belongs to David's lawful wife, Emily. The unborn child Vanessa carries is not David's. The courtroom erupted. Vanessa's smile crumbled into shock, her face pale. Emily gasped, relief flooding through her. For weeks she had been humiliated, shamed, and abandoned by whispers in her community. Now, truth had spoken. But what happened next was the real twist. The judge looked at Emily and then at David. "Mr. Thompson, this court has also reviewed your financial records. Your betrayal has not only broken vows but endangered the well-being of your wife and child. You will be held accountable." David stammered, reaching toward Emily. "Please, forgive me." Emily shook her head. For the first time in months, her voice was steady. "No, David. Forgiveness is not given when it is not valued. Today, I stand for myself and for my child." The courtroom broke into quiet applause, not for the scandal, but for Emily's courage. Vanessa hurried out, her arrogance stripped away. David slumped, realizing too late what he had lost. And then the same older woman who had rushed to Emily's side earlier gently squeezed her hand again and whispered, "Sometimes God removes people from your life for your protection." Tears welled in Emily's eyes, not from pain, but from hope. She realized kindness from a stranger mattered more than betrayal from someone who promised love. As Emily left the courthouse, sunlight spilled across the steps. She inhaled deeply. For the first time in a long while, she wasn't afraid of the future. She wasn't just a victim, she was a mother, a fighter, and a survivor. And as the world watched her walk away with her head held high, one truth remained clear. They say truth always comes out, but sometimes, it takes a shocking moment in front of everyone to reveal it. This is the story of a young pregnant woman who fainted in court, a mistress who thought she had already won, and the moment a judge's words turned the entire courtroom upside down. The air in the courtroom was thick with whispers. Every seat was filled, every eye focused on the front. At the center sat Emily, a kind-hearted woman, 8 months pregnant. Her hands clutched her belly, not just in protection, but in desperation. She wasn't just here for herself. She was here for her child. Across from her, in striking red, sat Vanessa. The mistress. Her lips curved into a smug smile. She carried herself as if she had already claimed victory. To her, Emily wasn't a wife. She was an obstacle. And then, the man at the center of it all, David. Emily's husband. He sat motionless, his eyes avoiding hers. He had promised her forever. Yet today, he was silent. The judge shuffled his papers. A hush fell. The tension was unbearable. But before anything could begin, Emily swayed. Her breathing grew shallow. The weight of betrayal, humiliation, and fear pressed down all at once. And then, she collapsed. Gasps erupted. Some people stood. For a heartbeat, the entire courtroom froze. But not everyone. From the crowd, an older woman hurried forward. A stranger. She knelt beside Emily, lifted her head gently, and whispered, "Breathe, sweetheart, you're not alone." Emily blinked, tears streaming. The kindness of that touch, the simple humanity of a stranger, was enough to steady her. With help, she sat back up, fragile but determined. Her eyes, red from crying, found David. He still wouldn't look at her. And in that moment, Emily knew. Whether she won or lost, she could no longer count on the man who had once been her everything. The judge cleared his throat, his voice echoing across the silent room. "We will begin with the DNA results." Vanessa leaned forward, her smirk widening. To her, this was the moment she had been waiting for. The judge paused, then read aloud, "The paternity test confirms, the child Emily carries is David's. The child Vanessa carries is not."